Thanks to the support as a channel member, John Howell. And choosing not to worry that we're hitting the business end of the season and we've suddenly forgotten how to win games or score goals. I choose to believe it won't be a problem. Hello and welcome to Club 3, part 30 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a game against Southampton in the Premier League as we continue to push towards the Premier League title. And we've also got the second leg of our quarter-final against Lazio in the Champions League. Why didn't you show this first leg, Kev? Because I wanted to show you a Premier League game, and it was actually a boring old 0-0 that you didn't miss much in anyway. And in actual fact, that's been a little bit of a theme in the 3 games. In fact, it's been more than 3 games since the last episode. It's been quite a few. I mean, we scored 7 goals there. I don't think that was in a video, was it? No, it wasn't. So we started okay, but then we really struggled to get past Peterborough the way we always do because they're so defensively solid. And we then really struggled past Aston Villa. We were 1-0 down for a long time in that game and had to throw men forward to secure the result. And then Lazio in the first leg of the quarter-final, 0-0, we just didn't look like scoring. It's a worry that we seem to have forgotten how to score goals. Jack Joyce hasn't scored in 3 games. It's a little bit concerning. He's been so very good this season, 33 goals in all competitions. He can't stop scoring now. That would be a disaster. Hopefully he gets himself back into scoring form against Southampton because we're starting there because the Premier League, we're getting close. We've already qualified for next season's Champions League because we're 23 points clear of Liverpool down in 5th place. We're 5 points clear of Manchester United now, who are in 2nd place. They're away against Everton today while we're at home against Southampton. Our game, actually, the trickier of the two. Southampton pushing for a European qualification spot of their own. We just have to keep winning in the league. We're still in the FA Cup as well, but we're not too concerned about that. The goal is keep winning in the league and hopefully get the Premier League title wrapped up ASAP. Liverpool and Man City, still games to come this season. We can't afford to drop any more points like we did against Peterborough. So this is the side for the game against Southampton. We're going with Morao in goal, a back four of Asante, Gabriel, Brand and Tamela, Martinez and Rengifo in midfield, Magno, Miliaccio and Camara supporting Joyce up front. And we actually had to play one of those games. I think it might have been the Aston Villa game. We had to play Barrow at centre-back because we were so low. Yeah, I mean, that's the back four we had to put out because we didn't have any other fit defenders at the club. This guy, Richie Gould, has made his Premier League debut as well because all the defenders were suspended at the same time. Thankfully, they're now all back. I think they're all back anyway. The injuries are still there, so we've still got injuries to Gilo, Remy and Rashevsky, but we had Asante, Gabriel, Brand and Tamea. Actually, no, I think one of them was available. I think it might have been Asante was available. The other 3 all suspended at the same time. Not ideal. So Morao in goal. I've already introduced this team, haven't I? I feel like I've already introduced the team. If I haven't, you can see them on there. It'll be fine. Let's just go and try and win a football match. We need to get back to winning ways. Quite apart from the fact we're not scoring goals, that 0-0 against Lazio, we've only just started acknowledging the existence of Lazio as a football club again after what happened a few years, and nothing happened a few years ago. But we now acknowledge Lazio. We might be having to forget they exist again if they manage to do us over in the quarterfinal of a Champions League that we're defending. And we've beaten much better teams than Lazio throughout the last 2 years of Champions League competition. We can't have them be the team that knocks us out, but we've now got to go to Italy and win the game away from home because of a 0-0 in the first leg, whilst also constantly playing our strongest team in the Premier League because we've got to try and win this as well because that was the whole purpose of staying on for one more season. Competing on multiple fronts is a challenge, boys and girls, especially when apparently the squad isn't quite as deep as I thought it was. We're not using Liam Delap at all to the point where he's barely on the bench, but we could probably do with an extra defender. So if anyone wants to swap Delap for a defender for the last few games of the season, I'll take it. Miliaccio has just scored a very important goal to put us 1-0 up on 4 minutes. And that's the sort of thing that is going to be a nice little nerve settler, both for me and for the boys. Grabbing an early goal and hopefully taking care of this game relatively easily would be the plan. Also, would be doing Posh a favour if we beat Southampton, because looking at the league table, Southampton are 7th, Posh are 8th. Posh are very much our bogey team here at Arsenal. We struggle against them every time we play them. But it would be nice to help them stay in Europe, because I'd hate to have that team be disassembled because they've drifted out of European qualification. That would be very sad. Brand with the clearance, but there's no Arsenal shirt anywhere near. That's where Jack Joyce should be lurking around. And I mean, it looked like he sort of half came for it and then didn't. Camera now on the right-hand side does his man for pace, and then now there's someone else covering for him. Where did he come from? It doesn't matter. The cross comes in. Joyce nods down to Rengifo, and the second attempt by Rengifo goes just over. The Jack Joyce situation is an interesting one because we tried to extend his loan for another year, and Man City obviously said no. So we then made an inquiry to buy him, and they said no. We spoke to his agent, and his agent seems like he's not keen. And ever since we tried to sign him permanently or extend his loan and couldn't, I don't know if that is something the player would even know about, but since then he's not scored. So I hope we've not broken him by making him realise he's not going to be here next year, because he's got the opportunity to go down in history as an Arsenal legend. If he scores the goals that lead to us winning 6 trophies this season, because we've already won the Community Shield, the European Super Cup, the Carabao Cup, we're in the latter stages of the Champions League and the FA Cup, and we're top of the Premier League. This could be a 6-trophy season with him as top scorer. It doesn't matter if he only ever plays 1 season for the club on loan. In that situation, he is an all-time legend for the club, surely. But he might be blowing it if he's realised, oh, I'm a Manchester City player. And I mean, we're not even going to be able to play him in our next league game, which is against Manchester City. So I hope he can grab us a goal here and give me the confidence that his head is still on right, ready for the Lazio game. So if we're going to Lazio needing to score goals like we are, we need our top scorer to be in goal-scoring form. Morale, good job he's tall, because his positioning was a little bit questionable there, but luckily he managed to keep the ball out of the back of the net anyway. I'm just wondering why Man United aren't playing, but looking at it, it's Manchester United are in the evening kickoff, a 5:30 kickoff against Everton. They're realistically the only team that are going to catch us, especially because Chelsea, who are playing now, are currently losing 1-0 away against Sheffield United. Gabriel is injured, so we're going to have to make that change. Gould is going to come on again. I'm accidentally developing youngsters here. Asante can go over into centre-back and Gould can come on to play left-back for us. I mean, I know I could put Saka in there, but we've actually got a natural left-back who's better at left-backing than Saka is, so we may as well use him. He has been lurking around for a little while, but he's been out, I think he was out on loan last year, and he's kind of emerged as this season has gone on. He's done a little bit of a mini Mick Powell, and I actually tried to sell him last summer on the understanding that he'd never get anywhere near the team, and here he is in the team. It's still only 1-0 with 20 minutes to go. This is not okay. We're going to take Camera off for Pedro. In fact, forget Pedro. We're going to bring Saka on that right-hand side, because we throw him on when we need a proper Arsenal boy on. We're going to take off Joyce as well. I'm going to bring on Liam Delap, and I'm going to try and get goals back into Liam Delap and get him scoring again, because we know Delap at his best is one of the best strikers in the world, but through absolutely my fault, through not playing him this year, he's fallen out of form, and now we need him to fall back into form, which I guess means I have to start playing him. I can't start him in games if he's not scoring. So he needs to grab a goal here. And that's the goal he needed. The easiest tap in you'll see. The ball's basically already over the line from Magno, but I don't think anyone will resent Liam Delap taking that touch to get himself back in the goal scoring habit. It is a 15th goal of the season for him. Remember, a lot of them were scored pre-season in the Club World Cup. But, I mean, that's basically already over the line. But it doesn't matter. Liam Delap needed a goal. Liam Delap now has a goal. And it confirms victory here against Southampton, which puts pressure onto Manchester United for this evening. And also means Delap might just start to play himself back into some form, which we definitely need. But let's hit continue and see about how Manchester United get on. We could do with an Everton victory against Manchester United here. That would be huge for us. Are we going to see that? What time is it? I've already hit continue. We can't see the time. Come on, Everton. United smashing Everton, keeping the gap to 5 points. But 5 points with 5 games to go. I'm starting to feel like we have to mess this up. But we do still have to play Manchester City and Liverpool. I'm not sure who they've got in their run-in. If we have a look at who they've still got to play. They've got Tottenham and Chelsea as their two bigger opponents. So I guess we've got similar run-ins. It's just going to come down to who bottles it and who doesn't. Talking of bottling things, we're off to Lazio. So for the Lazio game, much shuffling around again. We're having to balance fitness, form, and gut feeling to put a team together. Fitness-wise, Rengifo, Miliaccio, Magno, Gabriel, none of them fully fit. So that tells me they're probably not really options for such a big game. Remy and Rashevsky still injured. Form-wise, it leads to giving the nod to the likes of Saka and Warren over players that you'd potentially play in their place. It's not necessarily the team I expected to play in a must-win Champions League quarter-final. But you know what? We're here to win the league, not the Champions League. I need to keep these players fit for that run-in rather than this one. It's a big risk. I still think this is an 11 good enough to beat Lazio. We just have to cross our fingers and hope it is. So it's Morao in goal, a back four of Saka, Branda, Santi and Tamela, Chowalski and Barrow in midfield, Pedro, Warren and Camara supporting Joyce up front. This is one of the riskier 11s that I've ever selected playing Football Manager, because if this goes wrong today, you lot are going to tell me about it. You're already typing your messages. You're already getting them ready. Why did you play Warren? Well, Warren's actually really good. That's why we played Warren. I would say the biggest question mark is why Saka rather than Gould as a left back, if we end up getting ruined down that left-hand side as we have been so many times before, and why Barrow in midfield ahead of Rengifo, although Rengifo's not fully fit. Rengifo is fantastic and Barrow hasn't really done it for us this year, although Barrow was instrumental in our Champions League win last year and he's still only 29, so it's not as if he's fallen off a cliff. Camara with the shot from range, hits the post, and away goal. Would have been a lovely way to start today's game. Remember, 0-0 from the first leg, still 0-0 tonight. It's a one-off game where if we can score, draw or better, we win and we're in the Champions League semi-final. If Lazio beat us, much sadness and all that stuff. And it is Lazio who are on the attack right now. And it's Saka who missed the header. Oh, no. It's 1-0 to Lazio. 1-0 on the night, 1-0 on aggregate. We knew we had to come here and score anyway. So on that side of things, nothing has really changed. We had to come and score. We still have to score. And it's still the case. If we score and nothing else happens for the rest of the game, we're through. And that's exactly what the situation was before that goal. So on that message, on that way of thinking about it, nothing has really changed by that goal going in. But conceding the goal, it hurts. And it does change things on that front. We're going to demand more already. There's only 12 minutes gone in this game. We've given away another corner here. And this is a problem. If they score again here, this is a big, big problem. It is cleared. Warren's trying to get there first and does. Why does that highlight not continue? That felt like that was leading to a breakaway goal. I guess it didn't, or else it probably would have showed us it. But I would have been interested to see why it didn't lead to at least a good chance, because Warren was away there and there weren't many Lazio players covering. Right, we're encouraging now. We know encouragement works with this side, as it did against Barcelona. Was Barcelona at this stage last year, or was Barcelona the semi-final? It was certainly half-time. There was half-time of a second leg against Barcelona last year that was either the quarters or the semi-final where we felt like we were out. So we know we can come back from feeling like we're out in the late stages of the Champions League. And I do feel we need a little bit of that spirit today. But there's so few of those players left in the side a year on. There is that spirit still here. Brand plays it forward to Saka, who was very much involved that night. Saka back to João Pedro, also involved that night, as was Rui Camara, but his header is just over. And I think we're going to have to go attacking for this second half. Liam Delap needs to get himself warming up because he is going to be coming on, and probably not at half time. But I mean, Joyce, you know what? Joyce is coming on at half time. We're going with our boy, Liam Delap. We're asking for a lot from Liam Delap here. He has struggled for form while Joyce has been banging goals in for fun. But Liam Delap is the Arsenal player. He is the Champions League winner. He has been one of the heroes of this team for the last 2.5, 3 years. We need him to step up and be a hero once more. Pedro with the cross to Camera, and it goes just wide. Half an hour to go. We're getting closer, but still not close enough. We've been the better side tonight, looking at the XG. The XG, so I'm told, quite regularly, doesn't actually count for anything. You actually have to win the football match, which, frankly, I think is unreasonable. Right, Pedro's having a terrible game. Camera's shattered. There's so many things we could do here. I want to get Saka further forward, which means we are bringing on Gould at left back in such a big game. But I think Saka is something different to what anyone else offers going forward. And we're going to get Pedri on as well. Pedri or Armada. We're going with Pedri. 20 minutes to go. Does that 11 get back into this game? I'm not sure how confident I am that it does. Come on, boys. We've got to have this. We can't pretend Lazio doesn't exist again. This is where this is heading. Oh, no. I hope we win the league if we mess this up. Brand. We took a risk today. We chose today that we were going for the league and not the Champions League. If we end up winning the league and not the Champions League, at least we know we chose that. We just didn't quite have enough to go for both. Right. We've got to throw men forward at this point, haven't we? Do something like that. Maybe get him up there as a shadow striker. And he can be a playmaker in there. Come on, boys. Come on now. We've got to have a goal in us. Demand more. Right, Gould plays it forward. Saka is in loads of space with loads of options around him. Saka with the cross. There's so many players lurking. Brand is now hovering on the edge of the area when we attack, as is Tamela. Saka to Barrow. Tamela! Oh, it's so close now. The goal has got to be coming. An away goal wins us the tie. Saka with the corner. He hesitated, then went again, and it's headed clear. And there's 5 minutes left. What else can we throw forward in this game? Pedri can go up front like that, and Tamela can come up here. So I know he can play on the left wing. We should probably swap those two over so that we've got Delap as the advanced forward there. He can be like that there. Can we get another man into this 5? I think we can. So Barrow could play there. In fact, he can't really. What can Gould do? Can Gould play centre-back? No. Are we going to do this and just play with... I guess we do that. Make him an inverted winger as well. Hit him on attack. Push these two forward, maybe. Could do something like this. I am clutching at straws a little bit. Now, we're leaving a little bit of a gap behind us there. I'm hoping Brand can cover that. One defender for the last 5 minutes. Come on. Oh, what we could do, we've got a big goalkeeper. Maybe. You never know. Get the big lad forward. Get him in there. And you never know. Oh, come on, boys. Right, we have a free kick. Asante to Brand. Don't be knocking it back there. Lump it forward. There we go. Oh, no, we don't want Lazio to have the ball. Oh, Travalski wins it back. Excellent. It's now with Saka. Saka has got so many Arsenal shots ahead of him. Pedri is in. Oh, he's hit the post. How does he hit the post from there? Oh, what is going on? Right. Asante is going to go up here as a target man. Pedri's going to have to go a little bit further forward now. And we should probably start I mean, it's a bit late to adjust all this stuff now, isn't it? But we just need to be getting the ball forward. Yes, we're going to hit early crosses. Yes, we want set pieces. We're not playing the ball out of defence anymore. We are just lumping the ball forward. Push everyone further on. We should probably use that offside trap because we have no defence, so we should probably use the offside trap. Well, if we score here, it's going to take me 10 minutes to put this team back together again to defend. Right, we have a corner. Saka with the corner. There's nobody back here. But Brand lumps it back to Saka again. Saka with the cross. Oh, we've got another corner. Oh, we are piling on the pressure. Oh, he's offside. We don't get the corner. I think that was it. I think that was the last chance. Well, we're out of the Champions League. This season wasn't about the Champions League. As long as we win the Premier League, everything was justified. Oh, imagine getting knocked out by an imaginary team. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.